Everybody to this second episode of this long tutorial that I'm doing where I make a full platformer level. So we started by making a platformer level and we came all the way to finishing the layout, which is pretty good. But in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be decorating this layout using the auto build system. Make sure you guys focus so you guys can know exactly how that works, and let's get straight into it. Which is not that great. I also want to have a bit of a bigger one. So we're going to do this. We're going to bring the layer 2 onto that new thing. Okay, so now I can see that the layout doesn't really fit that much with this block design, which isn't great, but we can just do some random adjustments. And I'm not too sure if my template currently works with something like that. We're just going to give it a try and hope for the best. So it's not going to look great, but that's actually much cleaner than I thought. So okay, cool. So we can just use this. This is a very unfinished palette just because there's really no way to make it look clean because we don't have enough object, but I think that's actually pretty good. So there's a missing block in here for some reason, but I think we can easily just add it by just using, where is it? This one probably. Yeah, so like that, it just perfectly fits right in there. And okay, this doesn't currently follow the actual layout, which isn't too great. So let me just get rid of this. This has to be here. This one goes away, and this one goes right here. That one goes right here. We want another one of these guys. We want to copy and paste that right. Actually, no, we don't need that. We do this, and this one can go here. That one is a corner, so we can do that. And yeah, we're just gonna continue in here. This is why you don't make your platforms too thin, so you guys can see that this is a single line in here, which just would not work with this type of block. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna extend this to one more block. So what that means is we can still have this, and where is the main thing? We're gonna create this and we're gonna leave it there just so that we can use this right here, and we can take this right there. Boom, boom, boom. And now what we want is we want it to go down, so we're gonna go to here, copy the values, and then choose this one, I believe it is, and then that, and we can simply, to finish this entire thing off, we're just going to do this, that, boom, 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 and we said no double, so how about we just try out something like that? Is that cool? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's gonna look cool. So that, create, of course, the missing things are not. What the heck was that? Okay, it was, okay, never mind. Okay, I have no idea what that was. I was just scared that the game would crash, but thank God it didn't. So we're back here, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so there's these hard edges which you can fix by going to here, adding this on to there, which just makes it look a bit cleaner. I don't know why I didn't add this to the palette when I made it, but whatever. We're here now. So we're just going to continue as we were. So we're going to fill this in like that. And of course, the main thing in here is this part. And this one is an object that I don't think we have used yet. So it'll be this one, right? Yeah, it is that one. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. So now we just have to adjust this to make it like that, this, and then here. And I'm just going to optimize it real quick by getting rid of all of these guys that we really don't need. So that, and then we can just make this on hide. And now if we just give this a group ID of 1, we go to here, we do 1, and now it doesn't work because we need to also mute the song. And now we have a pretty cool thing that looks actually pretty nice. There is an issue in here with the layering that I don't think that really matters. So what we're gonna do is let's just actually get started with the triggers and stuff, because now we know exactly how the block design works. So I'm gonna select all of these. I'm gonna give them the group ID of 2, and I'm gonna rotate them around 3, which is the center. So 2 around 3, and they're gonna rotate like that. So actually that's a bit too fast. So in 6 seconds they're gonna do a full rotation. Is that good? Yep, that's good. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and loop this every 6 seconds so that it just keeps looping forever. So now you guys are gonna say, what the heck is that? That's not very cool. Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some different looking blocks. It's gonna be like some kind of, yeah, these guys I think always look cool. It's gonna be like a wooden structure, and we're gonna use color 6 and 7. I'm gonna go here, we're gonna make this dark like so. This one is wooden, but that looks pretty nice. So now we're just gonna add some hitbox to it by using this thing. We're gonna make it on hide, and now if we just give this a group ID of 5 and we make 5 follow 2, I believe. So 5 should follow 2, and we're just gonna copy and paste this. Wait, hold up, is that how we do it? Let me just see. So 5. Okay, so 2 doesn't really make any sense because there's only 1, so we have to do 6. So in here we do 6, and now the platform is moving alongside it, but this one has to be 9999, and phenomenal. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna add this onto a new layer just because this, and actually now that I think about it, and I'm actually gonna do full on like this. So 1, 2, copy, 3, and 4, and we're gonna get rid of these. So this one is gonna be here, that one there, this one here, and this one at the very top. And these guys really don't need any hitbox or anything really. So that now doesn't look that great. Reason being is we need to actually make sure that they are correctly positioned, and I kind of misplaced these guys. That's not that great. Okay, I get the problem. The problem is that this guy should start at the same time. Okay, that's an L on me, but no issues. That only costed us a few seconds. So everything should happen at the exact same time, because otherwise it's going to be problems. So we're going to do this. I actually hit the other one as well. Now I can't see anything, so I'm going to do F6. And yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so now we have some rotating platforms, and also going to add a gear onto there. That's of course going to be in no touch. So no touch like that. And the colors are going to be the opposite. So something like that. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make this a black blending just so that we only have the middle part. We're going to add more to this later, but I'm just going to go ahead and have to fill it in. I'm not too sure if we can get this done on time, but we're going to give it a try. So that looks pretty nice. It's not visible. I know there's a lot of bugs. I also know. So now that we have that, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to copy and paste this entire thing and hope everything works as intended. So something like that, and it doesn't work because this one is 3, that one is 14, this one rotates around 14. For some reason, this thing is rotating. It really should not rotate. That's the only issue. So you are no group ID. Okay, cool. So it is actually working. Just make sure that this actually is also on no touch to make sure that there isn't really any issues with the triggers. And these guys go all the way back, and boom. How about we start doing the lava? Before we do that, actually, I just want to finish up the block design. This one all goes away. This one copy and paste. And okay, so one issue here that I'm not too sure if we could fix, but we're gonna see. So what if we do this, that, and then do this? We can then do this and then that, and does that look better than I don't think there's really any difference here. So there's a difference, but it's really not that massive. So we're not gonna deal with that. So now that we have these platforms done, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to copy and paste this over to here. And actually, let's just try and see what would happen if I just use the system on its own, see if it could do a pretty good job or not. So in here, there's actually a bit of a difference because I actually want this to be like that. And now remembering that edges don't really work with this, I am not going to do many edges here. And something like so looks pretty nice. Get rid of these, and we're gonna go ahead and create this, right? Okay, so in here, I'm also gonna add this first before we create anything. So it's gonna be a 2. Actually, now like this is not gonna look good, honestly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change it to make sure that it covers the entire area here, and we can even take a bit of that from there. But yeah, we might get rid of that in a bit, but we're gonna see. So for now, it's just going to be this. This is gonna be like that, and my idea was to have some kind of platform here, and in between them is gonna be the basically like the prison, you can say, or something like that. So this is how it's going to be. And get rid of this, we can have like some kind of, you know, closing in here so that it looks pretty nice. Something like this. We can move it up like so to make sure that the buttons are centered, and this one goes right in there. It's all coming to life. You guys seeing that? I think that's pretty cool. So we're actually just gonna go ahead and just finish up this entire thing because you know, we're about to save some crazy time right here. Check that out. So this in here is gonna be like that, and let me see. So this is all gonna be wooden stuff. So in here, and we're gonna need another one. So we're gonna do that. that, you go away, you also go away that, and you copy and paste. That's pretty nice. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy and paste this over to here and copy and paste. These guys go onto there as well. You all go away so that we can just copy and paste this. 1, 2, 3. And if you guys don't have that crazy of a device, I would not recommend doing this, but I'm not sure. Can you actually rotate these guys? But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. So we're gonna do that here. You go here. You all go away. This comes here. And let me see. So this one goes up. Okay, so I might actually have like just some kind of, you know, random stuff in here, and just so that I don't forget, I want to do these guys. Oh my god, this looks bad. I want to do something like that. So just like this, just as a reminder for me, because I really want to do that effect. So this, that, we're gonna copy and paste and make sure that everything is filled right there. And these guys are gonna be wooden, and this one is gonna be like so, something like this in here, gonna close up, and the rest will be this. There's gonna be the door. Okay, everything looks pretty nice. So I'm not too sure if this is okay. We're just gonna leave it at that, and later we can maybe come back to it. But okay, so this part up here is of course going to be just absolutely closed in here. Now thinking about it, perhaps just maybe we can like make this into a small section where you can just collect some coins, just for, you know, just for fun. So something like that, and then another one in here, and of course we need a way to get up there. So we're gonna do maybe something like this. And the elevator. Oh my god, I got the elevator. We cannot forget that. Ooh, I'm gonna make the elevator just go into this platform. I'm gonna make it 3 thick, so something like this. It's gonna be pretty cool. You guys are gonna see. And okay, so there's gonna be spikes here coming from above because you should not come close to the ceiling. And yeah, I think I'm actually pretty happy with how this is turning. So I also need all of this chunk to be right there. This one comes in here, that one like so, this one right here, and let me think. So this one goes I'm not too sure how to do this part though, because yeah, oh my god, that's not a good idea, because the platforms are not gonna look too great here. So we're definitely gonna have to shorten this whole thing, so perhaps something like this, so that this one can go up. And because this room, the first room, is kind of very tight, and this elevator going down is also a bit too small. So yeah, if you need, you can just change the layout at any time just to make sure it fits with what you're trying to do. So we're gonna do a triple block in here, and yeah, I think that's enough space for my guy down there. And yeah, I think this is actually not bad. These guys can go down, and y'all are gonna do this. I don't worry about the left side here because it's all gonna be cut anyway. But let's see, so this one is the elevator part. I'm just gonna go down just a tiny bit, and now thinking about it, we can actually make this a bit last longer, because there's a red pad which is gonna shoot you up a lot more than just a bit. So okay, not too sure how to fill this thing in, because of course we're gonna have it at least 3 wide, because otherwise it's just not gonna look cool. So how about we do this, and then there's just a wooden platform coming up from above. Yeah, I think that should look cool. So yeah, do something like that, and we're just gonna go ahead and are we gonna create? Okay, this is gonna be worrying because I feel like it's not gonna look that great, but we're gonna do one by one. So that we're gonna copy and paste this all the way to here, here, and here. Okay, and this section is gonna be, we're gonna need this, but it's gonna basically like fade out if you come in. Let's just do that right now. So 2-4 is gonna be kind of hidden, not too much, but just a tiny bit, and it's gonna basically fade into there and to 0.5 or something. And these guys are gonna have this X and Y. It's gonna last a bit longer. So 2-5 and 2-6. So we're gonna add this state and do 2-5, 2-6. And where is this guy? We're gonna come to here. You guys are gonna go there. And now now if you are in there, it's gonna make it kind of go opacity to 20%, and if you leave, it's actually the exact opposite, so it just switches that like that, and now that's pretty cool. So this thing is actually gonna be really big right there. Just make sure you do extended collision as well. I'm gonna make it hidden because this is gonna be weird otherwise. Hitbox, we can't forget to fix that as well. We're almost halfway there with the time, I mean. Yeah, that's not very great, but we got this. So all of these guys now have the block, so we can just make it hidden. And that's it for this episode. However, in the next episode, we're going to be fixing the overall layout because I kind of felt like the layout was kind of wrong, and we're also going to be using the auto build system. So make sure you guys stick by, click one of those videos that are currently on the screen, and I will see you guys over there.